This was a video I was not sure if I was going to make for a long time, but I think I finally have made up my mind in my head of what my plan is to do, or at least a direction which I want to head. I've had some problems with my S1000RR over the summer. First started with the quick shifter acting up, double cutting when it's not supposed to, shoving me against the gas tank every time it's shifting in high RPMs, which later evolved into the water pump blowing up about halfway through the summer, to which the bike sat at the dealer for 42 days. After this happened, I tried contacting a lemon law lawyer, and my case was unsuccessful, at least at this time. So the reason I'm making this video in my apartment and not in my garage with my S1000 is because it is still at the dealer as of right now, is therefore an appointment starting today, and that is still for the quick shifter issue. This is the 4th time now I've taken it in for the quick shifter issue. And to be honest, at this point, I'm just starting to get really annoyed with my BMW ownership. So I made a video in the past telling people basically to not buy BMW S1000RRs. I put in a dealer complaint, haven't had my bike majority of the summer. It's just really frustrating. Now, to just reiterate what I was trying to say in that video, BMW S1000RRs are good bikes. They are great motorcycles when they work. The problem is that they break a lot. Many of my friends have the same quick shifter issue that I'm having. One of my friends' heated grips stopped working, so his electronics aren't working right. There is no shortage of people having problems with their BMW S1000RRs, and I'm just one more person on top of that list. The thing is with bikes is things break. These are high-performance machines. Things break all the time. My issue with the S1000 is just how long things take to get fixed, and that is mainly because of this dealer that I've been going in. And so I've been told, Matthew, why don't you just go to a different BMW dealer? The problem with that is there is another BMW motorcycle dealership in my area, but it is double the distance compared to the one that I'm going to right now. And here's another problem that also arose in my investigation of this. When I first bought the BMW S1000RR, the dealership that I bought the bike from offered a dealer tune. What that basically does is the dealership has a partnership with BT Moto. BT Moto is a tuning service for BMW S1000RRs, and the thing is with the dealer is they told me that they would honor the warranty under any conditions, factory warranty with this tune, because usually tunes will violate a warranty. So the benefit of this is I get to have a tuned motorcycle that still keeps the warranty. The dealership promises that they will honor the warranty, which they have so far. You know, that's a good thing. At least they've honored their word on that. So now the problem is I have a bike that's been tuned with an aftermarket tune, and I cannot go to any other BMW dealer and get warranty work done because it's been tuned by an aftermarket person, except for the dealer that I got the tune from. Now, I've asked the dealer if they can remove the BT Moto tune. They said they can't. It's, well, not really that they can't, it's just that it's a headache and it's not really worth doing. I don't know if they still have my factory, like my stock file for the bike. I also paid $600 for that tune. I don't want to lose the tune, so it's just there's no refunds on that, so it's just a really unfortunate situation there. Plus, it's already been flashed. BMW motorcycles are way more complex than most motorcycles. Like, it stays in the memory that it's been flashed, and so you can't just remove the flash. Like, it's on the history of the ECU that it's been flashed. And so that bike is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, where it has an aftermarket tune that was installed by the dealer that was intending on having a long-term relationship with. I'm no longer interested in continuing that relationship with that dealer, and so now I'm stuck with a bike that has a tune, so I can't take it in. Like, let's say the engine blows up, I can't take it to the other dealer. I have to take it to the one I bought it from. And since I've been burned a couple times, I have no interest in continuing this business relationship with this dealer. So I have come to the conclusion that I want to sell my 2023 BMW S1000RR. I'm announcing this while at the same time I really hate selling privately. I don't like doing that. You have to deal with public people, and I don't like dealing with people in general, so I don't want to do that. So my plan for right now is I'm exploring some options on trade-ins. Problem is, BMW motorcycles, they tend to depreciate pretty quickly. I bought my bike for $24,000 out the door after taxes, fees, whatever, which I understand is very high. It is a fully loaded premium package bike. I only got like $500 off of MSRP. Sucks, it is what it is. And I've also put a lot of money into this bike. I have a $3,500 exhaust on there, full titanium, $600 tune. I've changed the oil on that bike every 800 or 1,000 miles. I did the braking service to a T. I put a lot of time, effort, stress of my life into that bike, and it just sucks that now this is the options that I'm left with. A part of me wants to keep the bike. I really do, but at the same time, I do not under any circumstances want to go back to this dealer anymore. I hate dealing with them, and it's really burned my experience with BMW, if I'm honest. And so I've talked to a few dealers. At the moment, I think the highest trade-in offer I've gotten is like $15,500, which sucks considering have over $30,000 into my BMW, into my S1000. Like, it really sucks to hear that the value of it is basically cut in half. But I mean, this is just something that happens when you buy a brand new motorcycle. You tend to lose a lot of value. It's just that this is a lot of value to lose. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. Kind of decide if it is really worth taking that big of a hit, if I'm okay with that, and what bike is going to come after, because I'm also unsure about that either. I've kind of weaned myself off of sport bikes a little bit. I've learned how to wheelie, and I've really been enjoying like the more technical aspects of riding, so I don't know if I want to get into another leader bike. I was talking with the other BMW dealer, and they were sympathizing with some of the issues I've been having, and they offered me a pretty good trade deal into another black S1000RR that would be bought by them, be warranted by them. We would have a fresh ECU. I wouldn't have to worry about anything, and I'd just go to them for any future warranty issues. But again, that dealership is pretty far from me. It's almost an hour away. That sucks, having to ride to that every time I have an issue. Like, if I have an issue over the winter, like, what am I going to do? But they've been very kind, so I don't know. I don't even know if I'm willing to buy another BMW after the experience I've been having. So, but it is an option I've been thinking about. I've also thought about buying maybe another Ducati. I already have two of them, and that dealer, the Ducati dealer near me, has been nothing but kind the entire time, ever since they've opened. And so I'm like, feel like I should continue to support them. But they unfortunately don't want to take in a BMW motorcycle. They don't want to sell a BMW motorcycle. They sell Ducatis. It's mainly what they keep in house, and so their trade offer has been kind of lower than what I'm looking for. But again, I'm just weighing options, and so I'm just sharing this garage update with you guys, letting you know my experiences. That way you don't have to make the same mistakes. Unfortunately, with BMWs, since they're so like computerized and digitized, you have to have a good relationship with the dealer that you're buying from. And if you suspect that there's going to be any problems, any future problems with that dealer, I would just run away. Because every time you get a service code or like a light on the dash that you need to reset, like it could be small stuff that like there's not even anything wrong with the bike. You just get like a service light that you need to get wiped. Like, let's say you do the oil change yourself, you fix whatever problem, you work on the bike yourself, but the service light is still going to be there. You have to go to a certified BMW dealer that have that flashed off, and so you have to have a good relationship with the dealer. It's not like that with like a Japanese bike where you can just reset the light yourself. No, like you have to take it in. And with how many problems that these BMWs have, I don't know. And so yeah, that's what's happening with my S1000, and we are continuing the warranty work escapades with this bike. Today we're going to be riding it back to the BMW dealership because I took it out last night, and this bike is still unfortunately acting up on us. I got this bike back, and it is actually shifting worse than when I originally dropped it off to them, if you can believe that. As of recording this video, I just got it back yesterday. I took it out last night, was ripping on it, trying to figure out if it was still doing it, and unfortunately it still is. Smacked my nuts against the tank a couple times, messed up some shifts while I was trying to wheelie. It's not good. And I, of course, got this thing completely covered in bugs. So we're going to be taking it back to the dealer to get this aftermarket quick shifter installed, which I originally wanted to do anyway. But I took this bike into the dealer with the factory quick shifter to get that fixed, because this aftermarket quick shifter just stopped working entirely, likely related to this quick shifter issue I've been having. So I wanted to get this bike fixed with the factory quick shifter installed, so it would hopefully solve my problem. But we cannot seem to get the factory quick shifter to work. And so now the dealer wants to just put on the aftermarket one to see if that'll fix it. But this is already something I've tried, and the aftermarket quick shifter just stopped working, so I don't even know if this is going to solve my issue. Anyway, I'm not looking forward to driving to this dealer because there's a ton of traffic out today. I don't know what it is about today. It took me like an hour to get home, and it's only like a 20-minute drive from school. I realized I should probably also say something along the lines of, hey, I'm riding without gloves. You probably shouldn't do that. Just keep in mind, I have been riding for 5 years, no major accidents. I've been doing this a while. I feel like I'm fairly confident in my riding ability at this point. I will say, trying to get everything fixed on this bike is kind of cutting into like everything else I need to get done today. I have so much homework I'm backed up on. Like my time could really be better spent working on that right now, but instead I have to drop this bike off at the dealer and then pick it up tomorrow when they say that it's going to be done. It's just irritating, especially considering how much money I've spent on Ubers with this bike too. It's just irritating. Maybe it's just because I hate commuting on motorcycles and sitting in traffic, especially on a super bike, but whatever, it is what it is. Commuting on a super bike is kind of a unique feeling. You feel like so much more powerful than everybody else around you. It's kind of fun. It's just like knowing that you can gap literally everything and everyone on the road. It's a good feeling. So my riding style in general over the past year has gotten like a lot better, at least in my opinion. I can do a lot less, if that makes sense, and get a lot more from it. So like when you go out riding, you're trying to chase that adrenaline hit. Adrenaline is genuinely a drug that your body just produces, and you get a feeling of euphoria from. Like the term adrenaline junkie, that makes sense. You're going out on the bike, you're chasing that adrenaline, and I feel myself getting that adrenaline from a lot less dangerous situations, which is good, and I attribute to mainly just like maturing as a person and growing up. As you age, you start to care about your life maybe a little bit more. Wow, that person just got cut off. And so you get a little bit more from less, if that makes sense. Little things like this, like riding without gloves, is just a little extra way to spice it up. Again, don't do this. Don't do that. But it is just a little bit extra something that I do personally. It's fun sometimes. And there is, I think, 650 Eeb's M1000, if I had to be right. I don't know. I know 650 Eeb gets a lot of his work done, which he's another motorcycle YouTuber that's been around for a while. But he gets his work done here. I guess so do I now. Getting all this stupid stuff fixed. Wow, this is a tangly mess. This all got messed up on the highway. Cool. Here's the aftermarket quick shifter that I guess is going to go on the S1000. Like I said, I had this installed. I want to say I bought this like late spring, early summer, because I have been dealing with this quick shifter issue ever since I bought this bike, and I was tired of this happening, and so I thought buying an aftermarket quick shifter would help solve this issue. I installed it on the bike. It worked great for a little bit until this aftermarket quick shifter just stopped working. It just like, it wouldn't even like, the quick shifter just wouldn't work at all, and you had to manually shift, which sucks. You buy a $24,000 bike, you want this, you want the quick shifter to work. Oh my goodness, it's the man himself. There you go, 650. Huh. Anyway, so we're getting this thrown onto the bike once again. They're saying that this is going to work. I don't know. I guess we'll see if this quick shifter actually does work or not. Or it could just be a faulty aftermarket quick shifter. Point is, the factory one's not working, so we're going to have to do this. Is what it is. And there's his M1000. Hopefully his is working better than mine. Maybe I didn't spend enough money with BMW. That's why mine's not working. Cool. Spend more money to get it to work. Just get this one last subscription, and maybe it'll work this time. So I just dropped the bike off. I kind of had to fight to prove that this issue is still happening. Mainly because the tech there is saying that he couldn't get the issue to replicate it on his own, which I understand. Again, like, this is a very hard issue to find. You have to be riding pretty reckless in order to find it, but I just want to make this a point here. This is very clearly what is going on here. So this person that may resemble me, but it's not actually me, is coming down from a wheelie right here. And after I shift from, well, this person shifts from 4th to 5th, completely clean. Now listen. That shift right there is clean. That shift right there, totally fine. See how there's like nothing happened to my body? Like, it's just, it shifts how it's supposed to. It shifts instantly, and it shifts clean. That's how the S1000 likes to shift. When it works beautifully. But what happens on this 5th to 6th shift is what you're gonna see here. Ugh. See how there's a delay there? It goes like, it's not shifting right, and the problem is it doesn't do this every time. It's very hard to replicate, which is why we're kind of in this situation where I'm kind of arguing with BMW on this. They're telling me, no, it's not broken anymore, and I'm telling them, yes, it is. And so it's a problem. But they're throwing an aftermarket quick shifter on there, which I bought, by the way. That was $450. I bought in the early spring. It stopped. The reason I took it off is because it stopped working, and I had to manually shift it for a little bit. And so I put the factory one back on, took it back here, which is how we ended up here today. All of this just to solve this stupid quick shifter issue. And so they're putting the aftermarket one on right now. I guess I'll get it back tomorrow, and we'll go from there, and we'll see if that actually fixes the issue or not. This is the 5th time now I've brought this bike in for this quick shifter issue. I guess we'll see if it fixes it.